Hey folks, welcome back. What you're about to see is one of the most unexpected wild boar traps ever used. A simple ditch, carefully designed, capable of capturing multiple boars at the same time. Where are wild boars moved after being trapped? Stay with us as we break down the clever strategy no one saw coming. In the United States, feral hogs are considered one of the most invasive species, causing significant agricultural damage affecting crops, water resources, and local ecosystems. As a result, managing feral hog populations through legal trapping methods has become a crucial part of agricultural management and wildlife conservation. Among the most effective trapping techniques is the clever ditch, a sophisticated variation of the traditional pit trap. This method involves digging a trench approximately 6 to 10 feet long and 3 to 5 feet deep. When a feral hog steps on it, it falls directly into the pit and is contained. The primary advantage of this method is its ability to capture large groups of hogs at once without constant supervision, reducing labor costs and improving population control efficiency. However, there are also important drawbacks. Warning signs must be posted and all local laws must be strictly followed to prevent accidental harm to humans or non-target wildlife. In addition to the clever ditch, corral traps are another common method in the U.S. These traps typically consist of large metal enclosures with automatic closing gates that securely confine feral hogs once they enter. To attract hogs, farmers often place feed, such as corn or fresh fruit, inside the trap. Corral traps are especially effective on large farms or in forested areas, where hog populations are dense and difficult to manage using individual traps. A critical aspect of feral hog trapping is health management and population data monitoring. After capture, hogs are thoroughly inspected for signs of illness to prevent the spread of disease to other wildlife or humans. Each hog is also tagged and documented with details such as quantity, size, weight, and capture date. This information not only aids in scientific population management, but also provides valuable data for ecological research and pest control programs. Overall, feral hog trapping in the U.S. is far more than a simple capture activity. It is part of a multi-layered management strategy that combines advanced trapping techniques, biosecurity measures, and careful population monitoring to protect agriculture while supporting environmental conservation. Once feral hogs are captured, they are transported to licensed processing facilities using specially equipped trucks. These vehicles feature secure fencing and non-slip flooring to ensure the animals are safely contained during transit. Minimizing stress is a top priority, as high stress levels can negatively affect meat quality by raising the pH, leading to tougher or discolored meat. Upon arrival at the facility, each group of hogs undergoes a thorough health inspection for signs of disease, including chronic wasting disease, CWD, brucella, and other potential pathogens.
Got the retropharyngeal node. Vial secure. Let's move to the spleen.
Additionally, all animals are logged into a traceability system, documenting the number, size, and origin of each hog. This careful handling and record-keeping ensure both safety and quality throughout the processing chain. Processing feral hogs in U.S. facilities mirrors domestic pig processing, but presents unique challenges due to the animal's wild nature. With thicker, coarser hair, feral hogs require extra effort to dehair, sometimes taking 30 to 50% longer than domestic pigs, which can slow processing lines.
Good layer of back fat.
Carcasses are then broken down into cuts like shoulders, ribs, hams, and loins, with some portions made into ground meat, sausages, or smoked products. USDA or state inspectors monitor each step. In 2023, inspections flagged roughly 2% of hog carcasses for minor contamination or health concerns. Despite these challenges, feral hog meat is prized for its leaner, richer, and more gamey flavor, offering a unique culinary experience while adhering to strict safety standards. Once the feral hogs are fully processed and inspected, the meat is ready to enter the market, reaching specialty stores, restaurants, and consumers across various states. In the United States, feral hog meat remains a niche but steadily growing market, especially in southern and midwestern states where wild hog populations are most concentrated. In Texas alone, millions of feral hogs roam the land, and specialty producers process roughly 1,500 to 1,700 animals each year for farm-to-table restaurants and online sales. Rural and hunting communities appreciate wild hog meat for its leaner, richer, and more robust flavor, while urban diners are drawn by culinary curiosity and sustainability trends. Although wild hog meat does not rival mainstream pork, U.S. domestic pork production reached nearly 28 billion pounds in 2024. It continues to appear on high-end menus and specialty markets. Its rising popularity reflects both a taste for unique meat and efforts to responsibly manage invasive hog populations. So, what do you think? Could feral hog meat become a mainstream choice? Or will it remain a specialty delicacy tied to regional traditions and sustainable food practices?
Wild boars destroy thousands of acres of crops in the snowy winters of Turkey, Bulgaria, and Oklahoma, threatening the harvest and costing farmers millions. How do skilled hunters tackle these animals to protect the harvest? Can they stop a massive herd in harsh snow while keeping nature in balance? This documentary follows their mission to safeguard the harvest and support local communities. In Turkey's rugged hills, where hunting has been a tradition for centuries, wild boars dig up fields and ruin crops critical to the harvest. In Bulgaria's fertile farmlands, surrounded by rustic wooden homes, boars destroy cornfields, slashing the annual harvest. In Oklahoma's open prairies, dotted with family ranches, they attack livestock pens and tear through sweet potato plots, cutting into the harvest yield. A Bulgarian farmer reports losing half his corn harvest overnight due to boar raids. These losses show why controlling boars is vital to protect the harvest across these regions. The hunting team includes Thomas, who has spent 20 years defending his Oklahoma family farm's harvest, and Rose, a Bulgarian hunter focused on preserving nature to support harvesting. They prepare rifles, infrared scopes, and hunting dogs, targeting areas where boars have hit the harvest hardest. Thomas says each hunt protects local families' harvesting efforts. Rose explained her shots aim to maintain balance, preventing boars from ruining the harvest. The team moves into the snowy forests, following fresh boar tracks as dogs pick up scents, ready to face the challenge. The first hunt begins in the snow-covered forests of Turkey. The team spots a large herd charging through the trees. A dog gets close to a boar, but avoids its tusks. Thomas steadies his rifle and takes down a 200-kilogram lead boar after it slips on icy ground. Leon works with the dogs to block the herd's escape, firing shots that stop more boars heading toward nearby fields. These actions prevent further damage to the local harvest. The team notes that without this effort, the boars would continue to disrupt harvesting operations in the area. As night falls, the hunt moves to Bulgaria's open fields using infrared scopes. Drones provide overhead views to keep costs low. James targets a boar from a drone position and hits it directly. Rose spots a boar hiding in the brush and takes it down with one shot. She says her precision helps protect the harvest while respecting nature. A team member nearly slips on the snow but recovers to continue. These night efforts reduce boar numbers that raid harvest sites after dark. The drone shows boars scattering, leaving fields safer for the next harvesting season. The final hunt takes place in Oklahoma's prairies against a massive herd. Hundreds of boars rush from the woods, shaking the ground. The team uses a surround tactic with dogs. Thomas faces the head boar and shoots it after crossing rough terrain. A local farmer watching nearby says the hunters gave him hope to rebuild his harvest next season. Leon and others fire additional shots, stopping more boars. This work clears the immediate threat to the harvest. The team gathers their results, knowing they've protected local harvesting efforts. The hunt succeeds through teamwork among hunters, farmers and officials, all within legal hunting zones. Electric fences, powered by solar panels, have cut harvest damage by 30% in Bulgaria by blocking boar paths. Habitat management, like relocating food sources, is being tested to reduce conflicts long term. These methods balance human needs with nature, supporting sustainable harvesting. Thomas reflects that every hunt safeguards the harvest for communities. Rose adds that combining hunts with fences ensures better harvesting outcomes. Farmers confirm reduced losses to their harvest. The team shares games with locals, strengthening community ties. This approach protects the harvest while respecting the environment. If this story of saving the harvest inspires you, like and subscribe for more, and share your thoughts in the comments.
Hi everyone. Ever wondered why a pack of instant noodles can last for years and still cook perfectly in minutes? With over 120 billion packs eaten worldwide every year, there must be more to it than just preservatives. Join us inside the world's biggest noodle factories to uncover the science that keeps them fresh. Instant noodles were born in 1958. Momofuku Ando tackled Japan's post-war food shortages. People lined up for hours for fresh ramen. Ando envisioned a meal that's cheap, fast and shelf-stable. His creation swept Asia in the 1960s and hit the US in the 1970s. It became a staple for students, night workers and busy families. Production starts with flour. Trucks dump tons into towering silos. Automated mixers kick into action. Spinning arms blend flour, water and salt into a 200 kg dough batch. Sensors keep moisture at 30 to 32% to avoid stickiness or crumbling. The dough rests for 20 minutes, letting gluten relax to prevent tearing. Rollers flatten it into sheets thinner than paper. This strengthens elasticity for that springy bite. Blades slice strands at 500 cuts per second, dusted with starch to prevent sticking. Steaming at 100 DGC for 1 minute locks in texture. Flash frying in 140-160 DGC oil follows. In under 2 minutes, 80% of water vanishes. This creates a dry shield against mold and bacteria with no preservatives needed. Hot air dryers at 70 to 90 DEC reduce moisture below 10%. Hydraulic presses shape noodles into blocks. Have you ever eaten an old pack of noodles and wondered if it's safe? Comment if it feels handy yet eerie. Flavor comes from giant kettles cooking broths, chicken, beef or spicy. These are dehydrated into powder or oil packets. Machines drop noodles and seasonings into foil-lined wrappers, sealed in seconds. X-ray scanners and taste tests ensure no flaws. Lines churn out 600 packs per minute. But here's a twist. The US now out-eats Italy in pasta. Yet a hidden chemical could spell trouble. What's lurking in your spaghetti? America has surpassed Italy as the top pasta market. Barilla's blue boxes are everywhere. Starting as a Parma bakery in 1877, Barilla now produces 3.2 million tons yearly, claiming 33% of US dry pasta. High heat drying can form acrylamide. The European Food Safety Authority flags it as a health risk if it builds up. Can you guess how factories keep your pasta safe? Durum wheat semolina, high in protein, enters mixers with water at a 130 ratio. This forms a stiff 200 kg dough batch. Extruders push it through dies for shapes like spaghetti or fusilli. Acrylamide can bind to proteins in the body, raising cancer risks if accumulated per EFSA studies. Barilla's precise temperature and humidity controls keep levels far below safety limits. This makes pasta safe for daily meals. Machines pack 230 blue boxes per hour per line. Barcodes ensure tracking. But what if your favorite comfort food hides a banned ingredient? Mac and cheese traces back to 13th century Naples with De Lasagne's pasta and cheese. In the 1700s, James Hemmings, Thomas Jefferson's enslaved chef, trained in France, brought a refined version to America's state dinners. Kraft's 1937 boxed version, born during the Great Depression, now sells over 1 million tons yearly in the US. Its orange powder once used titanium dioxide, banned in the EU from 2022 for genotoxic risks. Titanium dioxide can damage DNA in cells, potentially leading to mutations and cancer if accumulated, per EFSA. Is your mac and cheese safe to eat? Durum wheat from North Dakota is milled into semolina, tested for quality. Extruders form macaroni tubes, dried at 80-90 DEGC to under 12% moisture. Milk is tested for antibiotics and bacteria. Failing batches are discarded. Pasteurized at 72 DEGSC for 15 seconds, it's curdled with rennet, pressed into cheese. Titanium dioxide was once used for whitening, now replaced with natural colors to avoid risks. Cheese, milk fats and seasonings are spray-dried at 180 DGC into orange powder. Tested for solubility. Machines pack 200 boxes per minute, scanned by X-ray for contaminants. Type "No" in the comments if you'll keep eating mac and cheese despite its past.